Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please be seated. This evening we gather to celebrate the wedding and marriage of Celia and Keith, two wonderful people destined to be together. It is such a privilege to stand up with you today to officiate at this remarkable and transformational event in your lives. You stand here today with your dear family and friends to support this major milestone in your lives. You came here today as committed partners, friends, mommy and daddy, and you'll leave with two more titles, that of husband and wife. This is a special place where you have brought to this beach something beautiful, the relationship that is becoming your marriage. Here you are declaring it and pledging it, promising to establish it and nurture it. Until now, you have 7 years together. 7 is a mystical number. It is made of 3 plus 4. 3 is the ancient number of heaven, represented by the Trinity. 4, being the earth, is represented by the 4 directions. 3 and 4 make up most of our calendar, 7 days of the week. 12, 3 times 4, months of the year. There are also 12 zodiac signs, 12 apostles, 12 Greek and Roman gods. These numbers have been with humanity for generation after generation until this very moment. It represents the deep connection between two people, a completion in the cosmos and the mystical universe. What brought you together? Well, Keith was super cute with beautiful eyes. Your first date consisted of 1 mocha and 1 extra cream and sugar, and 2 hours of conversation. You stared at each other until you were flustered. Serious chemistry. You ended that meeting with a hug. A few more weeks of talking and late night calls, and Keith was introduced to Lily at the beach. The beach is your happy place, and tonight you're making it an even happier one. It was an instantaneous bond between you three. One of your next dates was at the very romantic Chuck E. Cheese. And Lily called Keith Daddy for the first time. Shortly afterwards, you moved in together, a house, then an engagement, and here we are today. Watching Lily grow up and having similar parenting philosophy and morals, plus fishing, ice creams, and adventures, purchasing a home, and doing a backyard, always working as a team together, has strengthened and deepened your bond. Four years after you met, the proposal was at the Garden Festival at Disney, one of your favorite and frequent stops. You stopped to get a treat and sat by the Lady and the Tramp topiary. Keith dropped to one knee, mid-Oreo. Your life is full of adventure, and you're a great team whatever you do. You pre-honeymooned in Belize, Honduras, and Mexico. You rode horses on the beach. You climbed the highest ruins. It was adventurous and romantic. Your goals are to live a long life, watch your child grow up and be successful, have lots more fun and adventures, laugh more, and keep communication open and flowing. By choosing to spend your lives together, you are pledging to share the responsibility for making this union one of equality, understanding, and strength, and now you're making that promise sacred. And so I ask you, Celia, are you here freely and willingly to pledge your hand and your heart in marriage today to Keith?
I am.
Keith, are you here freely and willingly to pledge your hand and your heart in marriage today to Celia?
I am.
From our scriptures, if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give away all my possessions, and if I hand over my body so that I may boast, but do not have love, I am nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not envious or boastful, arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. And so now I'm going to ask you to affirm your marriage vows, your sacred promise to each other. Do you, Keith, take Celia to be your beloved wife, your constant friend, your faithful partner, and your love from this day forward? In the presence of God, your family, and friends, do you offer your solemn vow to be her faithful partner in sickness and in health, in good times and in bad, in joy as well as in sorrow? Do you promise to love her unconditionally, to support her in her goals, to honor and respect her, to laugh with her and cry with her, and to cherish her for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Do you, Celia, take Keith to be your beloved husband, your constant friend, your faithful partner, and your love from this day forward? In the presence of God, your family, and friends, do you offer your solemn vow to be his faithful partner in sickness and in health, in good times and in bad, and in joy as well as in sorrow? Do you promise to love him unconditionally, to support him in his goals, to honor and respect him, to laugh with him and cry with him, and to cherish him for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Please turn to our sacred sand ceremony. Keith and Celia, I ask you each to pick up a cup of sand and to pour that sand one after another into the glass crystal jar. We notice that the sand came here, the different colors, unique and special in their own right. And yet, you will see that they take on new personality, new identity, just by being next to each other. The sand came here alone, but it will never again be apart. The glass crystal jar that's in the shape of a heart, go ahead, pick up the next, is a representation of all the possibilities of marriage. Because marriage isn't outside. Marriage is what you fill and be fulfilled with what is best in yourselves. Sometimes you'll bring one color to the marriage, sometimes you'll bring another. But as always, just as this sacred sand ceremony, it will be as unique and special as the two of you are. Lily, will you join us and pour a color into the jar? Because you are a very important part of this family. Good girl. It's okay to spill a little bit. We're at the beach.
We got it.
Good girl. Thank you, Lily. May we have the rings, please? Celia, I'd like you to take Keith's ring. Keith, please take Celia's ring. I'd like to hold them right now flat in the palm of your hand as we ponder. These rings in their unbroken wholeness are tokens. Tokens of your union. Tokens of your love. Just as these circles are without end, love is eternal. They represent the enduring trust and affection that you promise to bring to each other today and every day. May they ever remind you that your lives are bound together by devotion, faithfulness, and an inner spiritual bond. God, we ask that you bless these rings and bless those who wear them always with health, happiness, prosperity, peace, goodwill, and love. Keith, please put Celia's ring on her finger. Hold it there while I ask you. Keith, do you give this ring to wear with love and joy? As a ring has no end, neither shall your love for Celia. Do you choose Celia to be your wife from this day and forevermore?
I do.
Please secure the ring on Celia's finger. Celia, please put Keith's ring on his finger. Hold it there. While I ask you, do you give this ring to Keith with love and joy? Wait. As a ring has no end, neither shall your love for your husband. Do you give him this ring to wear as your husband this day and forevermore?
I do.
There you go.
I do.
Please keep holding hands as I offer this blessing for your marriage. As the sunlight floods the sky, may your love flood your beings. As the stars break up the darkness, may you bring new light and life to each other. As the waves lap the shore, may your love be ever moving and full of life. As the wind cools our faces, may you always be refreshed by each other's presence. As the palms sway in the wind, may your flexibility bring your strength. As the tree's roots grow deeper, may your lives always be deep and intertwined. As the fish swim unseen, may you always keep mystery in your love. And as the sun lights up the sky as it sets, may you light each other's hopes and dreams. What God has willed to be together, let no man tear asunder. Celia and Keith, in the presence of God, your family and friends as witnesses, you have spoken the words and performed the rites that unite your lives. I therefore declare your marriage to be valid and binding and pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
We